This is the one and only David Faustino. I think you know that. A.K.A. Bud Bundy. A.K.A. the Grandmaster, the Grand Flasher, the Grand Bastard, the Grand Flasher, the gas passer. I think you get the point. More importantly, you are watching the Sanitarium with Leatherface.
Woke up in the sanitarium. In the ring, I feel like Leatherface. Run up, then I bury you. They know the vibes when I'm coming through. They told you lies, but we know the truth. Vibes, gotta let it loose. Yeah, I'm gone. I can't feel my face gone. You won't see my face gone. Feel like Leatherface gone. Feel like Leatherface. Sanitarium. Better get up, sick. Make him spit up. Witch, cough his ribs up. Bitch, bathing his blood. Better get up, sick. Make him spit up. Witch, cough his ribs up. Bathing his blood. Woke up in the sanitarium. In the ring, I feel like Leatherface.
Lick my balls and lick my ass. Lick my balls and my ass. Lick my balls and lick
What's
my
up?
balls and my ass. Lick my balls and lick my ass.
Digging the mohawk. Woohoo! What's up, motherfuckers? What's up? How's it going? Welcome to the Sanitarium with Leather motherfucking face. It is June 24th here in North Carolina. It's been raining all fucking month. So I don't know how much of a June this is, but it's like the swamp ass going on, walking to your car. It's so muggy. You're just dribbled in ball sack booty juice. It's terrible. I mean, it's what happens. But yeah, I want to give a special shout out to DAMF Mastermind. You heard that cool little Leatherface Sanitarium music for my intro? That was custom made. This dude's badass. Thank you. You might be joining the show hopefully halfway through in the round table. I also like to give a big shout out to the Mask Vault on IG, Instagram. See the Leatherface mask behind you? I got to sew it together and make it fit my face so I can start wearing it. But if it's hot and sweaty like this, I ain't wearing shit. Let me get some background music so it sounds a little more entertaining. There we go. All right. Roxborough, North Carolina. It's a sanitarium. Leatherface. And Phil, what's up, motherfucker? Oh, he's gone. He got to say one word and he's gone. All right, we'll try this a different way. Here's Paul. What's up, motherfucker? All right, I gotta kick you off. Phil's back. Let's get back to our intro. You ready, Phil? Right,
well, I hope so. Sorry, brother. Just trying to use this.
You on America Online dial-up or what?
I guess so. This phone's got a better camera than my actual webcam, so I figured I'd use.
Oh, fuck. I did it again. Phil, get off the America Online and get with the fucking program. Oh, what the fuck? Talking about sabotage. All right. Purple Sticky. All right. Here is a sanitarium with purple. What the fuck? Now he's gone too. Oh, that fucking bites the fucking dirty taint. What the hell is going on here? Don't say it's my internet connection because. All right, here we go. Here's Phil for at least 5 more seconds. Go ahead. Hi, Phil. 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 Oh, you suck dick for Coke. All right, I guess it's a sanitarium with just Leatherface. We got Corin in the background laughing his ass off. That's great. This makes excellent comedy. We got Terry the Taint. He's sitting back here.
Hello.
Silent too. Shut up. We got Purple Sticky. He's gone too. What the fuck are you guys doing? All right. There you are. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
I hear you now. All right.
Sorry about that, brother.
What the hell's going on? Last week we had Patrick Berge of Operation Shadowgate. Prior to that, we had Daniel Diva, the descendant and bloodline of Dracula, the real Dracula.
Yep.
Prior to that, we Mr. Lieutenant Colonel Tony Schaefer, Anthony Schaefer, real life James Bond, bad motherfucker, Newsmax contributor, Fox contributor. Bad motherfuckers on this show. But I'm excited about tonight. What's going on tonight, Phil?
Going to talk to Corin Nemec, Mr. Parker Lewis Can't Lose, and one of the stars of one of my favorite shows about 10 years ago was Starving with David Faustino and Corin Nemec.
See, you're the one that originally turned me on to that. So I'm still getting used to people who do shows like actually being on, being accessible on social media. But you're the one that originally told me about Starving. I was like, what the fuck is that? And I watched that and I was like, man, that is fucking incredible. What the fuck happened to that?
It's funny you say that because I tried looking for it again today. I wanted to brush up on some episodes and you can't find it. I couldn't find it on Crackle. I couldn't find it on Tubi. I couldn't find it on Amazon. But I did. Dude,
there's only one episode that matters, and that's episode 2, where they kill the retard.
Yeah,
Gilbert Godfrey.
You beat me to it. I was good. That's my favorite. Gilbert Godfrey, Sparky Godfrey.
So yeah, you can't beat that. Yeah, he fucking. I don't know, Corn. I don't know what kind of plant that was you were wiping your ass with. It looked like a fucking old dead weed bush.
Oh, that had to hurt.
So that I was like, man, I used to fucking cut weed to look like that. That's dry ass looking branches.
I love when Gilbert looks at him and he goes, "You are so fucking ugly."
Like Mr. Godfrey didn't look in the fucking mirror lately.
Oh, that was the joke. That was the joke. It was, awesome, great show though.
Oh jeez. Yeah, I would love to seen a lot more episodes of that. That was absolutely just to see him and David Faustino. They're golden when they get together and do shit. It's like cock and balls.
I don't think they can get away with being as politically incorrect as that show was nowadays. I mean, even going back to 2009, it seemed like it was a different planet. Nowadays, you can't use the R word, and you can't use the FA word.
Oh, you can't use retard no more, huh?
No, and you can't say faggot.
You can't say faggot. You can't say retard.
Nope, all that stuff.
That's bad stuff.
Well, even in the beginning, when Faustino shoves the shotgun in his mouth, I'm pretty sure you couldn't get away with that now either.
I'm sure I'll get a flag or two just for playing that. Watch, I'll have a bunch of YouTube violations. I'll have a bunch of shit. But, it's okay. Sanitarium is a non-monetized. We have no corporate sponsors. It's fully paid for by us and a couple of people that like us. So, if they want to take videos down because we're copywriting or not being politically correct, they can fucking shove it up their taint. I don't care. We're here to make you laugh and enjoy it as long as we can be here. Pirate Radio, baby. Made in America.
Amen. I think if you only use 10 seconds of anything, you can get away with it just, for educational purposes.
What if I can't count?
Yeah, well, I'll count for you.
That's retardation. That's discrimination.
Well, as long as you're just calling yourself a retard, I think we can get away with that.
Fuck. All right, we're going to go to our little unofficial commercial here. Then after the quick commercial break, we'll go ahead and play the video. Introducing Mr. Corin Nemec here. It was funny earlier when he was first logging on, he was in there doing his makeup. Yeah, he was in there putting eyeliner on, doing chapstick, putting blush on.
Eyeliner?
He was powdering his taint. He's getting ready, man.
Awesome.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in to Sanitarium with Leatherface and Phil. Quick commercial, back with Corin Nemec. Stay tuned. Yeah.
Woke up in the sanitarium.
Oh shit, wrong video, huh? Here we go.
The best fudge comes from Uranus. Oh,
Uranus, Missouri.
That felt good.
Tastes even better.
Wow. Deep in the crack of America's heartland, the citizens of Uranus are bursting to give you their amazing fudge. That's right, fudge from Uranus. I'm not fudging with you. We're literally in Uranus. That's the mayor of Uranus, and you can get your fudge out the back door at UranusGeneralStore.com.
And we're not fudging with you. I'm as serious as a fudging horse kick to the side of your fudging head.
I am as serious as forgetting your fudging anniversary.
I'm serious as skid marks on your fudging undies.
I'm serious as fudging a pregnancy test.
I'm serious as fudging the presidential election.
I'm serious as fudging the bar exam.
Uranus squeezes out so many different fudges that they have a fudge for everyone. They got blueberry fudge, chocolate fudge, vanilla fudge, chocolate pecan fudge, mint chocolate fudge, cookies and cream fudge, peanut butter fudge, M&M fudge, toffee bar fudge. There's a fudge for everyone. Right now I'm making the mayor's #2 favorite flavor of fudge. You can try some at UranusGeneralStore.com. Click now.
That is some yummy fudge from Uranus.
The best fudge does come from Uranus, Mr. Mayor. That's my dad. Go to UranusGeneralStore.com and order the best fudge and fudge this side of the Mississippi. And the other fudge inside, too. We can't contain it anymore. Uranus is about to explode across your screen and your front door.
Ooh, fudge!
Quit prairie dogging and order the best fudging fudge ever. Hey, Mr. Prairie Dog. So if digging for fudge in Uranus isn't your thing, then bring your fingers over here. Uranus offers a lot more than fudge. They got fudging magnets. They got fudging hats and the hottest fudging calendars of Uranus you've ever fudging seen. Ooh, that's cool. But if you ask me what the best part about Uranus is, other than the fudge in Uranus, it's the fudging shirts. Fudge not, lest ye be fudged first. Fudge, 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 fudge. Want to see more of Uranus? Come see the amazing attractions like
the Moonicorn Creamery and Funnel Cakery.
Fudge it great.
Escape Uranus escape rooms.
Fudgerific.
Uranus Sideshow Museum.
Hot fudge.
Chicken Bones Party Bar and Grill.
Fudge, yeah. So quit fudging around. How many more times do I need to say fudge to get you to order some fudge and fudge? Seriously, Uranus can't hold this fudge forever, so you might as well order some fudge today, for fudge's sakes. Go to UranusGeneralStore.com and order your fudge today. Or come down here and drop some deuces yourself. Peace.
Welcome to Uranus! Let's make Uranus great again.
Fudge, yeah. Fudge, 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 fudge. Fudge.
Anybody there? Hello?
The name is Freddie Nash. I work in a very niche market as a medium detective.
I can't sell the house. And I can't rent it out because everybody knows it's haunted.
When I was a kid, I thought I saw some things.
Sometimes ghosts don't even know they're haunted.
I don't know what else, it's my fault!
Sometimes they don't even know they're dead.
And please tell me why shots are being fired in my bar, Brett.
Most of the time, they're just being dicks.
All right. That's some action there. You know, I love paranormal shows. What was that other one that was about a paranormal like investigation company, like FBI of paranormal? Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
X-Files? You talking about the X-Files?
No, not fucking X-Files. It was something newer.
How do you forget about that one? There was another one with the guy from Harold and Kumar where it was something like that. You know, talking.
I think that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah,
and it was awesome. It had like a season in it, and that was it. So, but yeah, without further ado, I'd like to welcome our guest, Mr. Parker Lewis himself, fucking Corin Nemec. Yes.
How are you?
Awesome.
What's up, motherfucker?
Just chilling.
He's chilling.
Thanks for hanging with us tonight, man.
It's my pleasure. I'm sitting.
Glad to
But
finally
I'm not
have
hanging.
you on.
I was hanging with you tonight. I'd call that being Epstein.
See, I've been bugging this man to
Card
death.
catalog or something?
What was that?
What do you got behind you? A card catalog or something? And a megaphone? What is that?
Yeah, that. Oh, yes, this right back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a list of my my high school transgressions. I stole that from my my principal at North Hollywood High before I left.
Nice.
I'm sure you got some shit for that.
So you went to high school in Hollywood?
I went to junior high at Walter Reed Junior High School in North Hollywood, and then went to North Hollywood High School up until halfway through 11th grade. And then I transferred to a school in Hollywood called Excelsior School, where I went to school with Balthazar Getty, Seth Benzer from Crazy Town, Mila Jovovich, Jenny Lewis, Soleil Moonfry, Christina Applegate, good gracious, Johnny Whitworth. I mean, just a whole. It was a school for young actors and performers in Hollywood that were too busy to go to school. Basically,
I bet you guys were still going behind the cafeteria and getting loaded.
It was only 3 rooms, and yeah, there was some pot smoking going on at school, but that was mostly done by Mr. Van, our math teacher. But he used to set the clock ahead in order to leave. If there was a big swell, he kept his radio on, and if a big swell came up, our school only went from 8:15 to 12:30 every day, and we were done. So it was like a really, it was a really quick, you weren't in school very long. And his classes teaching math would usually end around, like 10:30 or so. And if there was a big swell that he heard about in the morning, he would set his clock ahead and leave early so that when the principals came in, he would have an excuse why he wasn't there.
Oh, jeez. I got plenty of pot smoking experiences at school, and my principal, Mr. Stephen Lyles, this was like 9th grade. He was this young ass surfer dude, principal. He was cool as shit. See, I wasn't a regular student. I didn't go to school Monday through Friday. I went to school Monday through Saturday because I fucked off and would get in trouble and get Saturday school. And so he was notorious for me trying to find the perfect place to smoke some pot and not get caught. And the one time he finally caught me and finally just got upset with me, we had a collapsible bong out of my friend's backpack. I took this gigantic fucking rip. And I tried to hold it in long as I can until I'm like purple in the face. I was getting ready to let it go, right? And I see fucking Mr. Lyles walk right around the fucking corner behind the little theater. I was like, oh no. And he walks up and he's just, he already knows what's going on. And when Mr. Lyles walks up and he's like, hey, Telly Monster, what's going on? I'm like, He's like, you good? I'm like, He's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, like I have heartburn, He said, okay. And he started talking to my buddy who had the bong in his backpack. Oh, that's a pretty nice backpack you have. What you got going on there? And he's like, oh, nothing, sir. We were just leaving. He got up and left. And Mr. Lyles followed him. As soon as he bent the corner, I went, this big old fucking poltergeist of a cloud came out. Man, I looked over, all I saw was his fucking head go bloop around the corner. Telly Monster, go ahead and follow me too. I'm like, fuck. Busted. I know schools schools down Southern California, got that whole TV vibe. You got a bunch of the Beverly Hills kids. You got this, you got that. See, up in the hood in Northern California, where I'm from, we had the gangsters. It was gangsters, and there was none of that fucking fancy shit there. But there was no Parker Lewis can't lose going on in Highlands High School. It was fucking. And Jamal's got a shotgun.
Hey, Corin, you were born in Arkansas, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So how old were you when you went to California?
Well, I was in Arkansas till I was only about, I guess 6 or 7-ish, and then went to Atlanta, Georgia. My mom was was trying to get into the music business as a graphic designer, and she ended up doing that. And she started doing graphic design for a company in Atlanta called Standing Room Only. and they did all the biggest shows. They were coming through Atlanta in the late 70s and early 80s and stuff. And then she ended up transferring to the Fox Theater in Atlanta, which was owned by the Nederlanders, and they own the Fox Theaters all across the U.S. and a bunch of other theaters. And they happen to own the Pantages Theater in Los Angeles as well. And she always wanted to live in California, so she applied for a transfer to the Pantages Theater, and her work was good enough that they accepted it, and they she got a paid transfer, and we moved from Atlanta to Los Angeles. And my dad actually was already living in LA at the time and had been for years, and it is a graphic designer. I'm sorry, a production designer in the film business. Joe Nemec III. He was, production designer on T2, Patriot Games, The Saint, The Shadow, Twister. He worked on The Abyss. He was one of the assistant art directors on Goonies, and was even a set designer on V back in the day, the TV series V. That's how far back he goes. But so they were both in the creative arts, business and stuff. So I was destined to be involved in some way, shape, or form in the entertainment business, I think.
All right, hold on. I gotta tickle your brain real quick. I see a lot of rumor going around the internet. What would you think of a Goonies Part 2?
I think I think depending on how it was approached, I think it's a great idea. I mean, I just think if they do, because I think that latest the latest Ghostbusters was very well done, very well executed.
Excellent.
It felt like you were in the 80s again. You really were transported, and even though it didn't take place in the 80s, it felt like you were in the 80s because of the choice of locations and all of that stuff. And
even with Egon in the very end, that made me teary-eyed when Egon came back at the end and grabbed it. I fucking got teary-eyed as a motherfucker.
Man,
I'm a big fan.
That was just some onions you left in your top pocket from where you had.
No, dude. As soon as Egon walked over there and put up that fucking pack and started zapping it, and he was looking at the other guys.
Yeah,
man, I was damn near bawling, dude. I'll be honest.
Oh man,
I mean, it was. I
went to the movie theater with you, dude. I would have left.
See, well, I saw the original. Oh, fuck you. No, I saw the original Ghostbusters with my parents in the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
When it first came out, I've seen every single one inside the movie theater.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so it was, I've met Dan Aykroyd before when he's doing his little tequila skull thing. That was an honor. But I spent, I'm an 80s kid, man. That's why you're here, because I'm an 80s, 90s kid. That's why I bugged you to come on here for a while.
Right on.
So it was awesome, that coming back. I look forward to more. I don't know about the all chick Ghostbusters. I thought that was kind of cool too. I thought that was an excellent cast. I don't know what Thor was doing in there. That was kind of cheesy.
I thought it could have worked very well, but I thought that the story was poorly written. I don't think they had a good script to work with on that, and that they were just going with a lot more shtick. It was much more. It was like it was written by AI. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you remember? You're a writer too.
Heart and soul to it, like like the original. The original ones is what my feeling was. I mean, it wasn't, and the dialogue and the laughs and everything like that were so forced and set up. I think that's where it failed, was really just in the execution of the script.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna go back to old school AI. Do you remember? I'm sure you're a writer too. Do you remember that program that you can download, and you can write a whole book with it? You can write in your characters' names, their personalities. You can fill out a questionnaire for like a week, and you hit generate. It'll generate a whole fucking story, a whole book on these characters based on what you wrote. Do you remember that?
No, I would never even try anything like that.
It was a big thing. It's horrible. It'd
be an interesting to experiment with, but I just don't like the idea at all of generating AI type stories without any kind of authentic human interaction outside of filling out questionnaires. But
Exactly.
they could be brilliant. Who knows? I could already be being fooled by it. There could be shows I'm already watching. Hell, for all I know, Peaky Blinders was written by AI.
Oh,
That was an awesome show. Awesome.
Well, it's writing stories and scripts and movies. You need emotion. You need the elements of emotion to write a story. And AI, I'm sorry, fucking Skynet doesn't have emotion. So that's the main thing in writing is emotion. So if you don't have that, then
I agree.
that scares me. And you don't have emotion when you're applying AI to government.
And the nuance of storytelling that one can only capture by living a human experience and having all of the ups and downs and the pains and the benefits of the pains and all of those things qualify in terms of developing great characters and interesting story arcs and through lines for characters that are compelling enough to capture somebody's attention, even if you're doing a relatively small budget, simple film. If it's well written enough, like Memento, for instance. I mean, I can't recall exactly what the budget on that was, but I have some inkling of a recollection that it wasn't any more than like 600,000 to like 1.2 million or something, like a very nominal budget in comparison to really big films. But I'll have to look that up, so don't quote me on it. But it was a cheap film to do, and what a fantastic film it was, and that was all because of the story and obviously the execution of the directing and the acting and everything else. But what a script!
Yeah, you got a bunch of shows going on. I mean, your Parker Lewis Can't Lose. Your original. I mean, we're gonna start off there because I've been waiting a long time. I've had a lot of people on this show. And I tend to bring on guests that was a part of my life somehow, my 80s, 90s life. And I believe it was 9th grade, 10th grade. This show called Parker Lewis Can't Lose came on. And I tried to get Xecutiona to get a picture at my house of it, but he couldn't find it. I'm in North Carolina now. He's still in California, near where my mom's house is, but I couldn't get the picture. But it was the hair and the shirts. You had these button-up shirts with all these cool ass prints on there.
Yeah.
And back in the 90s, that was, we're still dealing with hammer pants and velvet shirts, and we're still dealing with a lot of changes to the whole thing like that.
Yeah.
And here's this Parker Lewis Can't Lose motherfucker who comes out. He's got a cool style. He's got the cool hairdo. It's like a half kid and play fucking white boy style. It's awesome.
You nailed it. That's exactly what if you watch the pilot episode, they had me in like that kind of like vintage chic, look, and I was just like, oh man,
Well, here's the cool thing. Here's the cool thing. I was the fat kid growing up. I'm just the fat guy, the older guy now, and I had lost all my weight one summer before I went into high school. And so when I got into high school, I was a hot commodity. I had, senior chicks, junior chicks. It was going down like Donkey Kong. You know what I'm saying? And I started learning how to fluff my hair up, shape it, and doing the little fluff up and side of it going down. And God, I wish I had that fucking picture. Damn it, Mauricio. I wish I had the shirt going on. I had all these cool print shirts that were coming out. I'll get at the Asian shops, And fucking, I initiated that fucking style, and it was moving through the schools around this time period in the 90s. And man, it got me laid. I was fucking going. I was the Parker Lewis of that was high school. I just wasn't as pretty as back then. If I played the football, I was more like the big bully guy that was always chasing you in the show. I was more like that guy. Yes, I was that guy.
But you nailed it though, because when we went to series and I got a lot more creative control over the character, that's exactly what I was doing. I wanted to have the Gumby, high top fade with the wild printer. It was hip hop. It was party hop. That hip hop scene that was going on at the time that I was really, really engaged in. I was really involved in it. Now, I didn't dress like that. That wasn't my choice of style of dress for myself, even though I was really engaged in that culture. But it was something that I saw that was totally right for this character, and I was doing homage. I was paying homage to that world by having the Gumby and the high top fade, and the Adidas, and Parker Lewis was totally hip hop.
Yes. and who came along and fucked it up? It was fucking Vanilla Ice. How did Vanilla Ice fuck it up? Well, back then there wasn't no LGBTQRSTU. That wasn't a big thing back then. You still, it was still taboo. And so slowly, I integrated.
I don't think there was acronyms at all.
Oh fuck! I was a high school kid. I integrated styles. I still kept the Parker, but I still kind of integrated to the Vanilla Ice. I put a little white stripe in my hair. Then it was all good. And then one fucking show, I can't find it nowhere. He was on some kind of big talk show, and he said a hole is a hole when he was asking about sexuality, and he said, "Oh, a hole is a hole."
Yeah.
And I was watching the show when I remember being a teenager watching the show, and I was like, oh no. The next fucking day, dude. It was like, a hole is a hole. You like dudes' holes, and it went all fucking bad from there. It went all bad from there. I couldn't believe it. So I went ahead and got that stripe out of my hair real quick. And I kept going, the pretty colorful shirts and all the cool shirt prints going, but you couldn't take the Vanilla Ice out. That just fucking shut up, Phil. Phil's over there fucking laughing, asshole. Shut up.
Sorry, brother.
I see you over there fucking chuckling, dick.
I'm looking at
my dog's under there. If you're wondering what the hell I'm up to, I was just making sure he wasn't up to no good.
Fucking asshole. Up there, I was looking at you. I'm looking. He's just other fucking chuckling and shit. Fuck you. I see other people from the backstage. Fuck you, Purple Sticky. Fuck you, Tristan. Fucking asshole.
Hey, Corin, you're in Florida now, right?
Yeah.
How do you like Florida compared to California? And have you been through any hurricanes yet?
Yeah, I've been through a couple of hurricanes, but down in Mississippi, I actually I had a daughter when I was very young, with my now ex-wife, but and now I'm gonna have a current wife very soon.
Woohoo!
Obviously, but that said, we both didn't want to. Both of us had junior high and high school experiences, or at least we both had high school experiences there. I had junior high too, and my experience there, I just was like, I'd rather have my daughter growing up someplace that's a little less wild. And so, we raised her in Texas. So I had a place in California and a place in Texas all the way up until 2017. And in 2017, I got rid of my place in California and moved to Texas permanently. Ow, that looked painful. Woo!
Yeah, it was a little rough on the taint.
You gotta watch out for those, man.
Woo!
Ooh.
Oh.
Deadly.
Continue. Sorry.
But yeah, but yeah, and then lived in Mississippi. I had a place in Mississippi for a short time before I met Sabrina, my fiance, and we live here in Florida.
Someone finally tamed the beast.
Yes.
You got to work with Francis Ford Coppola, right?
I did. It was my one of my first jobs. The movie Tucker, with Jeff Bridges playing his. One of his sons. Christian Slater was also in it. It was one of his first films, playing my older brother. Nina Shamasko was in that as well, playing my sister. But it had Elias Koteas in it. It had Fred Forrester in it. It had Mako in it. It had the list of actors that was in it was just absolutely incredible. What an experience! It was an incredible experience working on that. It's at such a young age. I was 12 years old.
What do you think in your long career, your list of movies and TV? It's pretty impressive. What do you think's your best work? That's something that you're really proud of all of it.
I'd say in my younger years, For dramatic work, I would certainly say as a teenager, it was I Know My First Name is Steven, which I got an Emmy nomination for when I was 15 years old. And so that really helped out my career a lot, really. But as an older actor, I would say that comedically, well, I'd say that if we go into my mid-20s, I'd say comedically, I think that Operation Dumbo Drop was highly overlooked, and I had a really fun character that they allowed me a lot of elbow room to develop in that, and playing this redneck from Iowa who's terrified of animals and anything else, and gets stuck on this mission to save an elephant. But anyway, then as I got older, I would say the more obscure one is Chicago Massacre, playing Richard Speck. It's a terrible story, obviously. Richard Speck was a mass murderer in the 1960s in Chicago and murdered 9 nurses in a period of 12 hours or something on a mad meth and alcohol induced psychotic episode. They don't deal with the meth in the movie. It's just like too much to add that to it. But he was addicted to amphetamines, we should say. But the character that I played, as far as character research goes, and the depth of the character, and to me, I wished it was a bigger movie than it was. It was a smaller independent film that I was producing with some other folks, and then I also did a couple other films with them after that, playing Ted Bundy in one of them as well, which I think the performance is good in, but I just despised and loathed playing the character, so I don't really talk about it too much.
How many serial killers have you played?
Quite a few. Most, I think those are the only 2 that were real. Most of the rest have been fictional.
See, at least you're not typecasted. Every fucking movie I managed to weasel my way into, I'm always some thuggy asshole.
There.
Thuggy asshole.
Look, brother, you got the look.
Thank you, Phil. All right, I'm going to show a quick clip of this show called Starving, and it was with Corin Nemec and David Faustino. I saw you laughing at his little intro.
Well, I can send you, outside of this, I can send you guys a link to be able to watch some of the episodes that are available secretly.
I don't know why this show wasn't fucking, I don't know if it got shelved. I don't know the whole, I'm sure you told me the story on Instagram.
Yeah.
But it would have been fucking legendary. I mean, it was fucking a gnarly fucking concept. We're going to go ahead and go into it and show everybody, so I'm just not here talking about it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty badass. So go ahead and check it out, people. Here is Corin Nemec and David Faustino in Starving. Let me get the echo. In Starving.
Nice. Starving.
Hi, I'm David Faustino, Bud Bundy, Married with Children. This is what happens when I drink. My money's gone, my mother's a midget, and my wife left me for my neighbor, Coolio. This is my best friend, Corin Nemec, former star of TV's Parker Lewis Can't Lose. He did lose. My manager's been with me since I was in diapers. Now he's in diapers. When I'm not trying to kill myself, I run a porn shop left to me by a crazed fan. Oh, and I'm also freakishly short. Thanks, God.
Loading number 2.
Don't go in that pool, Sparky. Wait a minute now. Ow! Ah! Sparky! Ah! Sparky! Get out of there! I can't swim! Hello? The retard! He's drowned! He could be dead! Hurry! I need you here now! I'm on my way. Damn. gonna do? Hey, Gilbert. Yeah, Dave. How's it going? You burn the house down yet? No, everything's good. We're just we're having a blast here, hanging out. Wait. Something's the matter. Huh? Yeah. Hey, Dave. Put the retard on.
No, he's busy playing right now.
Let me put the retard on.
Put him on.
Put him on. I love you, Daddy. I love you, Dad.
That's all, Spocky. Get fucking.
Hey, that's not the... Hey, wait, we haven't had the main course yet.
Fuck the main course.
Fuck the main course. Fuck you. Come on, I know how to retard talk.
No, he's just fine.
You killed him, didn't you? Fuck you, I'm coming home.
No, don't.
What the fuck is this? This ain't kosher. Take that, you faggot. We're gonna be here in a second. Push harder. I've never done this before, Dave. Live.
What's Nathan for? 911!
What's this Parker Lewis asshole doing here?
What are you doing here?
I don't know. Yada, you fucking ugly. My retard son's dead and he's holding this cock. 7825, Now he's not getting a fucking medal.
I guess we'll go ahead and get out of here now. Babysitting money.
You don't get out of here right now, I'll smack you like the fucking bitch you are.
That's right.
Just get the fuck out! Unbelievable.
There you have it.
That would get that would definitely be canceled today. Maybe there was some kind of benefit to Sony TV having pulled that off Crackle all those years ago.
I think it's brilliant.
Lots of money.
I think it's brilliance. There should have been 5, 6 seasons of it. And you have Ed O'Neill, from United with Children. You have a bunch of motherfuckers in it.
Oh,
it's very entertaining.
Yeah, we had some incredible episodes. Alan Thicke, where we kidnap Alan Thicke and hold him for ransom and try to, and we end up, exchanging him for like $100 and a bag of weed. At an ice skating rink to Jeremy Miller, the kid who was on. We had basically almost the whole cast of Growing Pains. And then we did the episode with everybody from Married with Children, where they were going to do the feature film Married with Children, the movie. And David Faustino shows up to the table read, and they've cast Seth Green to play Bud Bundy,
yes.
And he's going to play the pizza guy.
Oh, look at that! So you can see my dick from here.
It's very funny. There's great episodes. We had one with Ed Asner where we end up going over to Afghanistan to pitch a TV series to a network called Al Juhaida that's secretly run by the CIA.
Oh shit! Like all the other channels.
Yes,
what happened? What happened to Starving? What happened? That's what we all want to
know. The short story is that it got a lot more views than expected, and it was a first time deal for the network on an online platform, and we negotiated a really grotesque share of ad rev that would never go over today. And when it launched, it came out like a rocket, and we got so many views so quickly that we went way past the minimum where that we were supposed to start receiving some compensation, some residual basically income from it, from the ad revs and such. And that said, they ended up pulling the numbers down from Crackle, so we were never able to see what numbers that we had there any longer. Right. And eventually the agent pushed hard enough to where, they decided that it was more worth their while to just pull the show and can it than to live up to the contractual agreement of 40% ad rev.
Fuck. It's just fighting over crumbs, and something that could have been great.
Huge amount of money. Huge amount. You're lucky if you get 2%. You know what I'm saying?
Jeez. That's Hollywood for you. Give it all. Give it all.
But it was a an interesting time. Me and David Faustino, my friend Todd Bringawat, Sam Cass, who was a writer, producer from Seinfeld, was on it as well, and he also worked on Larry David and stuff, and great, very, very funny guy, and we just had an incredible time. They gave us absolute creative freedom. Another factor in it was that it was so offensive that some of these Sony execs were extremely unhappy with it anyway. So there were several episodes that were, when they were released, were well received by the audience, but not well received by the executives in any way, shape, or form. So it didn't benefit us that we pushed the envelope off the table on a few of the episodes.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, it is 49 minutes in. We're running a little bit late for our round table, but I'm sure you got your coffee going, your game. We will be right back after this quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the round table. I'm sure you know what the round table is.
For some more fudge.
Yeah,
Pack some more fudge.
Lazy Susan, where I'm from.
It's called a Ripley Charlie.
Not everything is as it seems on the surface, as this family's about to find out.
Are we there yet? Mom, Timmy's pulling my hair.
Timmy, stop it.
Are we there yet? I gotta use the bathroom. Me too.
Well, kids, I told you to go potty back at the house.
Oh, look, honey, we can pull over in a couple miles and let them pee in Uranus.
Yeah, Dad, I want to pee in Uranus. I want to pee in Uranus too, Dad.
Look, honey, the billboard says Uranus is only a couple miles away.
Look, it says the best fudge comes from Uranus.
That sounds delicious. I sure hope they pack my fudge better than your dad does.
Well, I'm sure we'll all learn a few things in Uranus.
I want to try all the fudge in Uranus. I hope they have mint fudge in Uranus.
I'm so excited to be in Uranus with the kids.
And I can't wait to pull into Uranus.
I want to be in Uranus. Fudge, yeah!
If you live too far away to let your family pee in Uranus, don't worry. You can order your fudge online at www.uranusgeneralstore.com. I'm gonna go pee in Uranus right now.
Fudge, yeah!
You know, Mark, it's been a long time since we took us a vacation. Sometimes it's good just to slow down and try something different. For a couple old moonshiners, we make great rum runners.
Sugarland's award-winning hazelnut rum, island spirit, Appalachian soul. Visit sugarlands.com.
Yeah, the morning has come. A big bum, bigger than the sun. But shh, don't make the mistake to wait quiet now.
What's up, motherfuckers?
The booze is wearing off.
You having a good time? Pretty fun show so far. This ain't your regular fucking podcast. You're gonna plug into them. People are gonna be like, oh yeah, let's talk about the birds in the trees. Oh, let's talk about that crack in the ground. No, we're talking about some cool shit. We got fucking Corin Nemec on tonight. Next, it's a little past the half hour, but usually we try to do it around the half hour point. We bring in the round table. And I'm going to go ahead and do that now, because we got some questions here from Mr. Corin about the Stargate stuff. So y'all ready? Let me introduce the round table. We have Paul Dale Roberts. We have the Xecutiona. Next coming, we have Terry the Taint. If you're not aware what a taint is, that's a spot between your asshole and your balls. Yeah. We have Phil. It's getting better. And we have Purple Stickey, the big dick rock star himself, who's been talking shit in private chat. What are you saying now? Shut up, dickhead.
I didn't know you were familiar with his dick face.
Shut up, Phil. Here's Purple's. Fuck you, Phil. Here's Purple's Sticky. Fucking dickhead. We'll get to you in a second.
What's up?
And our guest of honor, Mr. fucking Parker Lewis himself. Lick my balls. Y'all can lick my balls, especially one person involved.
Fuck you, and make you humble.
And here it is, Mr. Corin Nemec.
What's up,
motherfucker?
I like that skateboard collection that is in the background there.
He's cool, huh?
Pasty, purple, sticky.
He is. He got beautiful hair and that fucking beard. He's being a motherfucker. You know, I don't.
Man, he's got Jesus hair.
Jesus, that's exactly.
It makes me want to tack him up to a wooden cross.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
It would work.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, this motherfucker's been talking shit. Fucking dickhead. 9:54 p.m. East Coast in North Carolina.
Look at this guy. My lord.
Which one?
I think I met him on the subway in 1992 in the Bronx. Passed out, cold.
Oh, that's
no
probably
pants
Tristan.
That's Tristan. No, the Taint Butt Pirate. I get where he got his name from.
Terry the Taint.
What's up, everyone?
His taint exposed to the world.
My taint's all over.
It is. It's all over the internet. And
well, shit, man. Welcome to the round table. We're missing a couple of people here tonight. Executioner, he's right here.
Yeah, we got
Go ahead.
Xecutiona though. Look at this dude, man. I love
This
it.
is my partner in crime. This is the Executioner, my main tag team partner.
Leatherface Executioner. No smalls about it.
Oh, he's a big motherfucker. That's the X-Mon. That's my BFFFFF there in California.
What's going on, Mr. Parker?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Enjoying some tea and some good company.
I got some tea for you.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
No. I have my own tea bags. Okay, right
it's
here.
Salty.
It's time tea.
Face, can I tell him a question? I got a question.
Yes, for sure, my friend. You're on.
Quick question
Yes,
for
sir.
him. What was your favorite season and episode on Parker Lewis, and why?
Oh man, we did some really, really good episodes, and it's been a long time since I've watched those episodes. But I would say that one of my very favorite ones was this one we did where there were this kind of like clan of goth kids that had their own secret lair, you know, inside of a lock. You go through a locker and you go down some little, you know, hidden corridor, and you come out in this goth hangout world that's hidden somewhere in the school. And they did such a rad job with the whole production design of it. I heard that they did a rad job with the production design and everything. And it was just breaking the stereotypical taboos of television at the time of what you can and can't do, on TV in terms of blow right through your speaker system there.
Oh.
There we go. Can't you afford better than that? Alabama rags. That's terrible.
Face, you look like that dude on Revenge of the Nerds, buddy. With that fucking hair.
What fucking Poindexter? Poindexter? My ass. Fucking dickhead.
Oh my god.
Let me see.
You do. You need a guitar.
Shut up. Who said that?
Well, he needs a violin. Fuck a guitar. He needs a violin.
Shut up, Marines.
You need a banjo.
Shut up, Terry.
Stuff, dude. Deliverance was more of a documentary than it was a scripted movie.
What, the Revenge of the Nerds?
That was a great movie.
Revenge of the Nerves. Yeah, that could have been a documentary, to be honest, in the 80s. Jeez.
Hell yeah.
Nerds.
High school.
Reminds me of my life in the 90s.
Watching that flame dance up my taint.
Oh no, that was a huge. I don't know what that was.
That was a
like
huge.
Dark Side of the Moon.
That guy made about $4 million through YouTube and his syndication to fart and dance that fucking flame up his taint. That was like the most expensive fucking taint fire.
Was that a poopa or a poopa?
I'm sure he kept it waxed just to avoid.
I hope not. I wouldn't want to smell
fires or taint fires or
fucking dirty taint fucking flame smell. Oh God! Imagine.
I got one last question for him. I got
Yes.
one last question, and the next man can come. Anyway. No. Anyway, back to the question.
Yeah.
Now, back in the 90s, what year was this when you guys first came out with that Parker Lewis? Was that like in the mid 90s?
Really the
was that like 90, 93?
Not the pilot.
Early 90s.
Early.
1990.
Okay.
And then it started airing in 90. I think it was 91, 92, and 93.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
and third season was a disaster, but whatever.
I heard you earlier. You said about your character on the show, and that was, hey, I got to give it to you, man. You know, back then you had Zach, you had all these other characters, 90210 and all that.
Yep.
But no, you know what? You was the brave of the white boy back then. You was just a hip hop white boy that was hip. Like you said, you had the Gumby haircut. It was more like another third. You were like on third base, like another MC Search with a crossover of, you know, I don't know. I don't want to say Eminem. I would say you're more better than Eminem and better than Vanilla
Oh, he
Ice.
fucks Eminem in the butt.
Hell yeah.
This is
by
fucking
long
Parker Lewis
shot.
can't fucking lose. This ain't no Eminem.
I tell you, you know, there's been a lot of
hands down,
a lot of shout outs for Parker Lewis and a lot of hip hop songs over the years, even in more recent times. And it's been mentioned to do some more alternative rock songs as well. But you know, for nostalgic purposes and for pop culture purposes, it definitely holds its own. I think the biggest problem is that it got lost in the times, and it's just never really been revisited by pop culture enthusiasts. You know, on a broad scale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's because it went off the air in the U.S. in 1994. And it was never seen again until it came out on like Crackle or something like that in like 2015 or 14 or whatever. Otherwise, it was released on DVD with very limited marketing, and it still did well. They sold out, but they had such limited marketing with such a small run. And but that said, it was a German company nonetheless. I mean, you know, they couldn't even get an American company to, you know, put out the DVDs. They ended up putting out the DVD from Germany back into America. It was very strange. But over in Europe, it was a huge hit. They had, you know, in France, for instance, it ran from when it ran originally back in the early 90s all the way up through like 2016 or so. It would just run every couple of years or so. It would just come on the air. So it was like generation after generation after generation. If they had done the same thing like they did with Saved by the Bell with Parker Lewis, you would have had a much longer shelf life with the people who are familiar with it, and with the generational gap that there is on those who remember it.
You guys were way better than Saved by the Bell. Shit.
Yeah.
Way better. Better storylines. It was more funnier.
Well, you know, you guys would enjoy to know that every Friday when we would wrap, the director that was working on the show he and a number of the cast members. I won't mention their names, but it was pretty much all of them. Those that were of age and right. We would all go into one or another of the actors' trailers, and we would hotbox it in celebration of wrapping the episode.
That's awesome.
So it was very good times, and we'd still be in wardrobe usually when that would happen, which made it that much funnier.
I wish there was pictures. I
want to go ahead and hop aboard. What's that?
You wish there was pictures.
Who was talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the cell phone was not quite invented yet. My phone was in my car, and it had a rubber cord attached to it.
This is funny hearing that because.
Well, I'm sure we can talk about Parker Lewis Can't Lose all night, but I do want to go ahead and shoot forward to another role you played that's really important tonight, and that's Jonas Quinn of Stargate SG-1.
Jonas Quinn.
That's what I want. I have Jonas Quinn. I'm sorry. I have a major fucking question I want to ask that's been building up for years.
Please.
About my theory about Stargate. I believe that Hollywood puts the truth in films and movies to hide things that are actually happening. I actually believe that Stargate, the show that you portrayed in the original movie back in the day, I think that's kind of how it went down. So I have a lot of theories about that. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and hop into a quick surprise purple sticky smoke break, and we're going to start getting into the Stargate.
Wait! Before we do that, don't do that just yet.
What?
Are
you getting ready?
I had something to say.
All right, go ahead and ask something, Dick, and let's go into the purple sticky
I didn't have
smoke
anything to ask him, all right? I just had something to tell him.
Nice.
I just wanted to tell him. So, look, check this. When Parker Lewis Can't Lose came out, I was like 5.
Right.
And I was in like 1st grade. And I think for my whole 1st grade semester, like the whole year.
Oh, my nipples.
I modeled myself after you. I had like the JCPenney button-down shirts with like cans all over them and shit.
Hey, don't steal my moment. You're just talking shit backstage about me.
I had a mullet. I had a mullet.
mullet.
I had his hairstyle, but with a mullet.
Nice, dude. Adding the mullet, man. That's like that's special, dude. That's some special Peckerwood shit right there.
But he's not getting no purple sticky smoke break. He's trying to steal my thunder.
No,
this is my Parker Lewis Can't Lose moment,
Hey, Sticky, can you get a wig and be like that on Halloween?
Oh fuck!
Yeah, dude.
Can you bring that out for one time for Halloween, Sticky?
Yeah, why not?
Wig it up, man, if you can. Hey.
Oh fuck you guys!
Where's the picture? I want to see pictures of this shit.
Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the purple sticky smoke break. Woo.
All right, guys. You know what this means, unfortunately.
Hey, Corin.
What's that?
My lighter.
Can I ask you about the accident you
It's
were
the
in?
purple sticky smoke break. No. It's a smoke break. Here we go.
Well, you guys can smoke. Corin can talk.
Everybody's got to smoke.
Bill, I was gonna ask you. I can't smoke indoors, So, if this smoke break, I'd have to actually leave the whole entire show and go outside to partake with you guys. So,
You can't smoke weed inside?
No.
All right. Just pretend you're smoking a virtual Hollywood green screen
I don't
joint.
smoke anymore either. I'm a lightweight. I can't do it. I'll pass out.
Shut up! Don't be a bitch. There he goes.
The accident was just it was malfeasance on the production side, and just them being very lazy about their jobs and safety and all of that, and unfortunately, it nearly cost me my life, but 5 surgeries and a year and a half of in and out of being in physical rehabilitation centers and stuff. I've been able to continue in my career of choice, not quite as vigorously as I had before that, but I can at least still get insured.
Corin,
When you saw on the news about the submersible and the 5 people losing their lives, it must take you back on a flashback to the time of the Poseidon Rex film. Is that correct? Or I mean,
I wasn't involved in any films about the Poseidon at
Rex?
all.
Oh, you were.
No, that no, that had nothing to do with. I don't even know what which one was that? That was.
That was on the Abyss.
Oh no, you're talking about the well that accident. Yeah, I wasn't. I ended up not being in the movie. Brian Krause flew down while I was in the hospital down there after emergency surgery. He flew down and took over the role, and so they reshot what I had already shot over the couple of days leading up to the accident, the boat wreck.
Okay, so you must have PTSD over that incident. I mean, you went through hell.
It wasn't pleasant. I can assure you of that.
Yeah.
It definitely was not. It wasn't something that I enjoyed going through. But what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Right. Exactly. Well, I'm glad you came out of it. So.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Me too. All right. I want to go ahead and get into chatting about Stargate.
Yes.
Corin. No, I mentioned earlier. I don't know if it was before we started this show or when I was drunk backstage talking. Shut up, Tristan. I had mentioned, I believe that the whole Stargate theory and the series and the movie and the shows and everything was based upon fact. Because you got to look back at Egyptian. There's so many secrets that's unsolved of making monoliths and things that we can't even replicate today. And this is something we both post about on Instagram together a lot.
Yeah.
About Egyptian pyramids and Illuminati and the whole 9 yards. But I mean, what do you think though? I mean, you played on the show about a Stargate.
Well, I oddly enough, I had taken a course on the Egyptian pyramid ancient technology at the Rosicrucian College in San Jose back in the late 90s, and it was one of the first times where it clued me in on the idea of these pyramids being primarily astral projection chambers. So essentially, what you're dealing with is a giant battery with the gold cap and the quartzite panels on it, and the limestone blocks connected down into the limestone underneath it, which is filled with an aquifer, which creates a static energy, and that in conjunction with the ionosphere, with this big negative positive type battery device, which is the pyramid itself. When you get into the King's Chamber, they would have essentially water from the Dead Sea, which would give you the, like a deprivation tank, so you'd be laying in there. And then the frequency, depending on different times of the year, the frequencies would change, and the vibrational frequency of the pyramid itself. And you would go outer body and astral project to the different star systems where you would be in touch with higher intelligences. Not in comparison to the idea of being in touch with actual physical aliens. The theory is that they were in touch with the intelligences of other kind of dimensional beings, you could say, that exist in the
Shut up, Tristan.
But that tripped me out. That was very interesting to me. That it still fits within the concept of being a Stargate, for instance, being able to travel to the stars through it, but it being in an astral form, not a physical form. And then that also falls right into line with the old, the ancient Egyptian initiation system for the priesthood, which would make perfect sense that the final initiation would be this exploration of the cosmos without being attached to a physical body. And that I think coming back from an experience like that would make you a master of the Egyptian priesthood, so to speak. So
So see, also you look at the underneath the pyramid, they had the huge conductive pull of mercury. And you have the megaliths that are what 50,000 tons or something with big old black coffin-looking battery-looking things. I mean, there's
Well, it talks, and it also
there's
talks
some
about
shit going on.
It also talks about the sound frequency, the vibratory frequency that it could give off, and so in essence, it was kind of vibrating off of the electromagnetism of the planet itself. So in a Tesla with Tesla tech, you could say that depending on what frequency, he said he could ring the Earth like a bell. So by hitting it with certain frequencies, certain pulses and stuff, and I think that this would be kind of a very, very ancient kind of Tesla technology. But from some readings that I've done on the technology of ancient Egypt, that it basically, when you entered into a certain area, it had its own aura, and it would create a positive feeling that you would get when you were within the vicinity of it. So in a sense, it could be used as a great crowd control device.
I see. Well,
but that's for me. I'm in the shower.
The busy motherfuckers. All right, so here's the thing. So I'll go ahead, and I had one question I've been waiting to ask. It's Stargate related. It's probably going to be funny and fucked up, but I don't care. Yeah, someone's smoking that. Damn, someone hitting the reefer.
It sounds like every now and then it just sounds like somebody trying to start an old jalopy.
That's fucking Terry the Taint. That's the fucking blood pirate himself.
And then it's like an emphysema ward. Then it's like being like a nurse in an emphysema ward.
What if Terry's literally just like sucking on an exhaust pipe right now? Like he's just outside chilling in the fucking driveway.
All right, here we go. I can't play it right now. Where's it at? Oh, can I delete it? Okay, so what would happen? I want to know what do you think would happen if the Stargate's activated? Right, it's activated. It's all that watery looking shit, whatever. And what would happen if you walked up and stuck your cock out? It went and stuck your cock in the side of the fucking Stargate to the barrier through the wobbling energy. What do you think would happen?
Well, I think that, you'd have to have some scaffolding. You'd have to build some scaffolding out there, because that's like a good, when the Stargate erupts and and that reverse toilet flush occurs and shoots out into our warehouse there, that's a good almost 15 feet off the ground. So first you're going to have to get some scaffolding or a very tall ladder and have good balance. Then it's more of kind of a watery sort of, it's going to be hard to, unless you're really to get a really good direct hit on it while you're balancing up there at that height. You may want to be directly in front of it at that height and let it hit you instead of side swiping. A side swipe, I don't know what that might do, but I know it's supposed to be very, very cold. So if theoretically it would basically freeze instantaneously and then sort of just break off and fall on the ground like an ice cube.
What I want to know is, I know how you get projected sucked into the Stargate, but would it grab you cock first when it pulled you in? I mean, would it really just? I know how you kind of hop into it evenly, but if you were
on a ladder in front of the Stargate when it did reverse toilet flush, that would come out. It would grab you by the cock, and it would suck you cock first right back into the Stargate, and then it would fling you out the other side, likely cockless. But there is a chance that the cock may survive, but with some swelling and maybe some skin damage tears, possibly some burn.
I'm gonna call this Stargate Monica Lewinsky. She sucked Bill Clinton's cock to his Stargate. She just sucked his fucking cock to the other side of the universe. Oh, Monica, that was so great. Oh my god. So all these years you've been doing your rounds on the Comic Cons and podcasts and shows, has anyone ever asked you such a fucking badass question like that concerning
No,
Stargate?
that is an absolute first, and it ranks up there with some of the most interesting questions I've ever had. Perplexingly interesting. I really had to think about it and think scientifically about it, and put myself back in the shoes of Jonas Quinn, and stand there. I was teleported to the SGC, as I was contemplating the mystery of this cock first travel through space time.
Yeah, I think it'd be amazing. It'd just be like, it's so fast and instantaneous. I mean, would you feel it? Would you feel it fucking rip you by your cock first?
Yes,
right out
you
of
would.
dimension?
Most likely,
How many seconds?
it would probably tear your taint. You'd probably have a torn taint afterwards, and maybe a ripped butthole.
So your balls, dick, balls, and taint and butthole, everything would just be on another dimension somewhere. And you just
and you may or may not make it in there with them. That suction is so great after the reverse flush. When it goes back in, it could just take that front section of you right off. Maybe a little bit of thigh inner thigh to go along with it.
It's
bottom lower buttocks.
It's 2023. That's a sex change. That's a sex change.
On the dick.
Yeah.
That's okay these days.
You gotta have strong dick.
Start creating Stargates to fucking do sex changes. That'd be great.
You could be worshipped in Babylon. Let's put it that way.
Oh shit.
Yeah, if you can get slingshot by your own dick and still be
welcome my longtime friend of 40 years. Here is Ron Turmel, aka Go to Hell Turmel.
I like that. How you doing, Ron?
Sorry I'm late.
What's up, buddy?
1,000 thread count sheet.
Sorry I'm late.
It's all right. Better late than never.
We're pissed.
You got a question for Mr. Parker Lewis right here? I know you do.
Well, yeah, I did have one question. I understand, sir, you were in the series of Beverly Hills 90210.
I think I did 4 episodes of it, I believe. I don't recall exactly how many it was, but it was somewhere in the neighborhood of 4. I stole all of Tiffany Amber Thiesen's.
Got a question for you about that.
Yes.
The only reason I like that show was because of an actress named Shannon Doherty.
Yeah.
And when she left during the 3rd or 4th season, there were all kinds of rumors on the internet why. But nobody really had any definitive answers. And I was just wondering if you might be able to fill us in on that.
In all honesty, I don't really know. I have no idea. I really wasn't hanging out with too many of them. I will say that me and Jason Priestley went through a year or so of tearing it up together in the first couple of seasons of our shows. But I didn't hang out with that particular crowd in Hollywood, so I didn't have any good inside, juice on any of that. And I'm also not really a gossip.
Well,
so which one? Which one?
But I have no idea. I would imagine, and this is just speculation, but it happens all the time in Hollywood, is that, you become a very successful at a certain thing, and especially on TV, and you start to think that there's bigger and better things for you out there than this level of success and notoriety, and people are in your ear about you can be even bigger, you can that whole thing. And a lot of times artists will shoot themselves in the foot and walk away from a perfectly great show and perfectly great paycheck and perfectly great artistic experience because they become too egocentric and focused on more fame, more fortune, more this, when all of it is completely transitory and can evaporate as quick as it manifests. So, I think that's what takes down most of the really talented people is their own hubris.
Thank you.
All right. It is that time. It is time for unuseful trivia. All right. To be honest, how many people in here have rubbed the one out to at least one of the cast members on Charmed? Raise a hand.
Not while watching Charmed.
No, I don't care where.
Wait a minute.
Any of that
Chick,
chick, have you fucking beat off to any of the girls on Charmed? I don't care where you saw it at. What
Or all of the girls on Charmed.
All right, I want to see hands up. Who's on?
I know Alyssa Milano was.
Every single one of those girls were great.
Oh, my Alyssa Milano.
Okay, I'll put my hand up.
I don't remember who all was on it. It was
Alyssa Milano, Poison Ivy.
Holly Marie Combs. Holly Marie Combs.
Oh, God.
Oh, wait.
I bet Ron just endoused his fucking Shenandoah fucking poster.
No, that was one of the best things on TV. There was, I swear, I saw every one of those because of those women. They were all beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Alyssa Milano, she's kind of went downhill. But
I don't think I ever watched
I've definitely destroyed millions of babies to my Alyssa Milano poster in my bedroom when I was a teenager growing up.
That poor thing. If that poster could talk, it would scream in horror.
Oh, if that poster could fucking float, it wouldn't because it's too heavy of protein.
Oh.
It would sink. That and Lita. I had a Lita Ford poster. Oh my God, it was her bare ass like humping a red guitar. Oh man, many good nights fulfilled after that fucking poster went up. Let me tell you.
Poor Lita.
This is useless trivia.
Poor poster.
Shut up. Who said that?
Really wants to
What the fuck are you talking about?
Shut up.
It's definitely useless trivia.
Shut up.
It's like this is one time I jacked off. Here's another. Real quick. Corin, were you just walking into like real lockers and then stepping out after cut? I just have to ask this fucking.
It's fucking different when you're talking about Alyssa Milano and
fucking hallways connected. He's a really good actor. He made me believe that he was going somewhere, but they yelled cut every time he walked in the locker. Right?
Fuck.
Well, some of those lockers were built with the actual room on the other side, so they could, in one shot, see you going through from the locker in the hallway, through the locker, and then into another, fictional location in the school. So we did have the sets built in ways where we could do that.
Awesome.
We did all kinds of amazing stuff in that show. We had all kinds of amazing guest stars in it. I mean, when I think back on it, I forget all the time. I mean, from Alice Cooper to Weird Al Yankovic to Tammy Downs, from Faster Pussycat to I can't remember them all. There was Alice. I said Alice Cooper. I can't remember. There were so many. It was ridiculous.
Oh jeez.
Oh, that's cool because I definitely thought it was just pure acting there. But yeah, when I was younger, I definitely believed that these, I knew it was sets and stuff, but I definitely thought they were connected. But the edits would go like, whoosh,
well, look at that.
every
You
time
can
he
see
showed,
my
like,
dick from here.
The only thing Tristan is worried about if one of those lockers has a fucking glory hole on the other side.
Metal.
We never did it. We never did a glory hole episode in Parker Lewis.
Tristan's like,
I'm sure that Lemmer and Miss Musso probably had something like that in her office.
Oh boy.
Oh fuck. Yeah, you had a hot ass principal in Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
Yeah, Melanie Chardoff, Miss Musso. Yeah, she was great.
Yeah.
She was hilarious.
I don't know what she looks like now. Back then, I was like, man, my principal looked like that. I'd be trying to get away with a bunch of shit. If I had Mr.
Trying to
Lyles.
go to the principal's office.
In that case, yeah, like
She
hot
was
for
great.
teacher, hot for
She was
principal.
very funny. She was very, very funny.
Mr. Lyles.
Mr. Lyles. Oh man, Telly Monster.
Yep.
Fuck.
And I apologize
Anybody
for
else
everyone
have
here
questions
that no one has said gentlemen synchronized watches or any of that great shit. And It totally went over their head in the beginning when you were saying some shit. I told them in the comments on the side. I was like,
"Oh, they missed that."
They did. I didn't. I was like,
dare
that
they.
went over your head, guys. So
It was
yeah,
and we actually said swatches in it. We said synchronized swatches.
That's right.
And we tried to get, we had sponsorship from like Adidas, for instance. Would give us a bunch of free stuff to wear. That's why I always wore Adidas sneakers and everything. And I wanted Adidas. I requested it, and they were able to get sponsorship. So, and then we went to Swatch, and we're like, this is what we want to say. We want to say synchronized swatches instead of watches, and be wearing Swatch watches. And they said, you can say swatches, but we're not going to give you swatches to wear. And I thought that was very strange because we had these cheap fake Timexes, like little colored bull crap watches that were all rubber and looked like crap, that were different colors and stuff. And I just didn't think that they were nearly as cool as swatches, because that's one thing I actually did wear in real life was Swatch watches. I certainly had a little collection of them at one point.
Hey, did you have a Trapper Keeper too?
A Trapper Keeper?
Those little fancy binders that had all these built-in calculators and all these.
Oh, I didn't. I mean, of course I had a binder and all of that. Everybody had to have a binder for school,
You're an '80s kid, so that you had a Trapper Keeper. That's for sure. Oh shit. Well, man, we're definitely half hour over our usual time, so it took me fucking 2 years to finally get your ass on here.
Oh man! I have some great.
You had storms last time.
Just so you know, we can come back and revisit. I got some really, really great projects coming out later in the year. Place of Bones, a movie I did with Heather Graham and Tom Hopper, directed by Audrey Cummings, great director. Producer David Lipper is a friend of mine, and he gave me the opportunity to play one of the best roles that I've ever played in my life. So it's a Western, takes place late 1700s, and I think it's kind of a thriller, and I'm very excited about that. Then I have another one called Dead Man's Hand that is based on a graphic novel published by Source Point Press called No Rest for the Wicked by some guys at the Mind.
That's the shit I want to see. Oh yeah,
and that's going to be rad. I co-wrote the script with Brian Skiba, the director. It's got Stephen Dorff, Cole Hauser, Jack Kilmer, who's Val Kilmer's son, is starring in it. And then another film called Joe Baby, which is with Harvey Keitel, Ron Perlman, Deachin Lockman. And I have a nice little role in that as well. That should be out. All those should be coming out before the end of the year. So hopefully it will be a good 2024 for yours truly. Once some heat gets on this stew. This I've been stewing for too long. Damn it! Pass the ball.
Well, definitely when you get those going, we'll have you back on again.
Yes, please do.
It was very awesome to finally have you on here. It's been a wait.
And if anybody else wants a really cool rabbit that's smoking a little, I always forget where to point on this, smoking a little doobie here, Chew Stroke is the name of the company. CHEW Stroke, Chew Stroke.
For your rabbit. Smoking a joint. There it goes.
And that's cat turd up there.
Anybody else have any quick questions before we let Mr. Nemec get on with his night?
I love it. Enjoy your night, fellas. I'm going to go enjoy mine right now and catch up with you.
All right, bud. Have a good night.
Awesome talking to you.
Cheers, dude.
You as well.
Yeah. See you next time.
You betcha.
All right. We're off the hook, motherfuckers.
Fuck your ass, make you humble.